there, my fellow YouTube readers. I hope you are well. I recently did the BookTube newbie tag and I decided to follow on from there. I would do a book haul, considering for the last month I have been buying an excessive amount of books. No, actually, there's no such thing. I have been buying a lot of books. So let's get started. I have a collection of 3 that I got from a second-hand bookshop down the road from me. This first one is actually at the recommendation of the lady who works there. It's called Empire of Gold by Andi McDermott. She described it as an adventure treasure hunt, and I just thought that would be quite fun. And then the second one is called The 13th Tale by Diane Setterfield. This came at the recommendation of one of my friends who had read it and thought it was brilliant. So I thought I'd give that a try. And then lastly, from the second-hand bookshop, I got a Jodi Picoult, purely because I am a Jodi Picoult fan. I got Songs of the Humpback Whale. It looked slightly different to the normal Jodi Picoults, so I thought I would give that a try. Okay, these next 4 books came from Exclusive Books, and if you're South African, you know that Exclusive Books is very expensive. But they were actually, I just dropped all of them, recommendations by Zoe from Zoella. She has the W.H. Smith book club, and she recently recommended 8 books, of which I was quite interested to read 4 of them. So I walked into Exclusive Books with blinkers on, picked up the books, didn't look at how much they were going to cost, and bought them. And so, the first one I got was We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. This one, John Green's review of it is, it's thrilling, beautiful, and blisteringly smart. We Were Liars is utterly unforgettable. So that should be quite interesting. Then I got Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, which I've actually heard quite a lot about, and quite a few people are reading it at the moment, so I thought I'd give that a try. I also got The Sky is Everywhere by Jandy Nelson. This, one of my friends has read as well and thought was quite interesting, so I thought I would give it a go. And then lastly, and probably the one I'm most excited for, is All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven. This excites me because Zoe described it as being really good on touching on the topic of mental disorders, which interests me quite a lot. Theodore Finch wants to take his own life while Violet Markey is devastated by her sister's death. And I'm quite interested to see how they touch on the topic of mental disorders. Then, I'm an English literature student at the university, and we had a South African poet and author come speak to us. Her name is Makosazana Xaba, and I bought her book, well, one of her books. It's called Running and Other Stories. This is a collection of short stories. Listening to her talk was really cool, and she read sections of this book, which really gripped me, and I was quite interested to read. It's also quite cool that one of my lecturers is the person who reviewed the book. So yeah, I'm quite excited to read this one. And then I visited Bargain Books, which is probably one of my favorite bookshops because it's fairly cheap, comparatively cheap, or relatively cheap. So I got Dreaming of Amelia by Jacqueline Moriarty. It's like Sherlock Holmes. I don't know, I think it was the last one I picked up, and the first thing I read was the first time I saw her, I knew that my Amelia was a ghost. And the cover's beautiful, and yeah, I was quite drawn to this book. So we'll see what this is like. And then I got a John Green book. This is the only one I haven't read, and I decided it was time. So this is Let It Snow. It's 3 holiday romances, so yeah, that should be interesting. And then they were having a sale, which obviously I have to have a look at. This one is called Wild and Free by Wendy Holden. I think I was drawn most to this because of the beautiful cover, but it also sounded quite interesting. It was about camping, and it's about a festival. The festival, Wild and Free, is the name of a festival. So we'll see how that one goes. And then the last one I got from Bargain Books, also probably because of the cover, was Will You Remember Me by Amanda Prowse. Basically, I think it's about a woman who develops cancer, and she starts wondering about how people will go on when she's not around and whether she will be remembered. That's kind of what I get from the back of it. So yeah, that should be quite interesting. And then the last of my books, it's a bit of a different one. My dad ordered a book for me off Takealot, and it's called The Highly Sensitive Person by Elaine Aron. This is a completely different book. It's not fiction. It's actually a guidance book almost. The blurb says, are you a highly sensitive person? Do you have a keen imagination and vivid dreams? Is time alone each day as essential to you as food and water? Are you too shy or too sensitive according to others? So I'm not quite sure what my dad was trying to say by this, but it actually is quite interesting, and I'm quite excited to give this a look. So yeah, those are the books I've recently bought. Comment, let me know what you think about them. Comment if you have any books that you think I should be buying, and yeah, I'll see you in my next video. I hope you enjoy your reading.